Hello and welcome to yet another episode from Maza Bitcoin. Hi fuckers. The situation you're living in, as I said before, but it bears repeating, might not change. Might not change. Do you all know, we talk about this virus and so forth, that's all you see on the news. Absolute terror propaganda, psychological warfare, clearly. I think it's quite clear that because it was written in Rockefeller Papers in 2010 that this will all happen, starting with a pandemic, a virus in China from a bat. Not only that, there's a movie called Contagion, and I went over this in one of my earlier videos. You'll see a video, there's red on the screen, there's a guy, it's not me in the video. Just look some videos previous to this date. They made a movie about what you're experiencing right now. The guy in the movie, guys, the guy in the movie, the one interviewing the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, he 9 years later, after the movie was made, he was an actor, then 9 years later, the same guy is interviewing the Center for Disease Control. You think that's a coincidence? Do you think that's possible? Moreover, in the movie, the cure in the movie, Fasufero, was a plant in China. That's the name of it today. And it's the same plant they use today for the cure of the C-19. What do you think the odds are of this, fuckers? What do you think the odds are of this? Oh, that's impossible. Oh, 2 airplanes, 3 buildings, 9/11. Don't you fucking see? Everything that they're doing is what they've said they were going to do and wanted to do, a one world government? Is this hard to fucking get into your fucking brains? You know why? I didn't used to talk like this. And everyone watching this, you know who you are. You listened to me discuss this for years, 25 years. And I was called a conspiracy theorist. He hates America. Opposite, wrong. I love America. I fucking hate dullard imbeciles like you people who let this happen. You let it happen. You want all the goods. You're so busy you have to run and make money. Well, why don't you live your life? And I don't mean every single person watching this video. There are so many people who I'm speaking to right now, whom I'm speaking to the choir, who know this all to be true. But as they discuss the red pill and the blue pill, guys, don't you know it's impossible to make a movie where the cure of a virus in the movie is the same name and same plant as the cure 10 years later? Don't you see in that same fucking movie that the guy who is acting as a news anchor is interviewing the Center for Disease Control, yet he does it as a real news anchor on CNN, of course, 10 years later? Don't you know the odds of this are zero? Don't you see that? And I am not saying, and I could say this if I'd like, because there are people far smarter than the both of us who studied viruses, the rhino family of viruses, corona, and alike, many, who are stating that this is fake and fictitious. They're just highlighting another virus. I find that to be true. You make your own decision. But knowing what I just told you about Contagion, the movie, shouldn't that wake you up? What are the fucking odds? What are the odds? What's it going to take for you and people in my family? What's it going to take for those people to finally say enough is enough and get out of that country? And there are other countries that will be better. Asia is going to fare better than Western Europe, Eastern Europe, than Europe and the United States. The attack is on the Goy, the white Goy especially. Why? Well, this is another subject, isn't it, completely? Have you ever read the Talmud? Talmud? 7 Protocols of Zion. Do you know anything about what I'm referring to right now? I've had people say, they'll suck my dick if a 3rd building went down in 9/11. Well, it's called the Solomon Brothers building. And it's very tall. Many stories just collapsing perfectly into its own footprint. Just like the other 2. Planes hit the building 3/4 of the way up. Buildings are built from steel and concrete. The reason they're built from steel and concrete is because as the temperature changes, it just so happens, lucky for we humans, that steel and concrete expand and contract depending on the weather, and they do it equally. So we are able to build tall buildings using two products that happen to, just by the properties inside them, expand and contract accordingly and hold up buildings. They're built from the ground up, not from 3 stories high. And doesn't matter what hit it. Doesn't matter if an airplane hit it. That's kerosene fuel. Kerosene doesn't burn to a fire, doesn't burn to a match. And then the entire building just drops at free fall speed, 186 miles an hour, terminal velocity, huh? You believe that? God. And if you believe that, and shame on you if had you never not studied this, because I know most of you hadn't studied this. Shame on you. What about the 3,000 plus people claimed to have died in that? Their skin's burning off, so they're going to hold hands and jump out of the window. Shouldn't you study that? Shouldn't you look into that? Oh, it's just a virus. Oh, a virus came. Let's lock ourselves into our homes and shut down the world's economy. It just so happens by we doing this, by all of us doing this, like fucking sheep, like, what are those are they mynah birds? There's a type of bird. They walk to the edge of a cliff and they all jump. Minions. I can't remember the name of the bird. Please, when you know the name of this bird, put it in the comments below, please. And don't forget to fucking hit unlike if you don't like this, because I say, fuck you. Say something intelligent. Counter what I say. Don't just go, oh, he's a fucking Nazi racist asshole. Maybe you're a fucking Nazi racist asshole. Fuck you. Just because my skin's white and I know things and I studied for 25 years makes me a fucking Nazi asshole? Fuck you. I've been getting... Oh, I got a whole line of shit that I could take out on your ass, okay? So if you got something to say it intelligently. Fucking Google. Google puts bots in my comments below. See that guy Tim and Tom? These are bots. Great video. Keep up the great work. And then I write back to him. I say, Tom, I know you're a Google bot. I know you're a Google bot. Just look, hit what he is and look at his content. He's a Google bot. And his job is to say, oh, great job. Keep up the great work. Google bought YouTube. Facebook and Google are in bed together with some of the most powerful entities in the world, have all joined together, and they're taking over the world. And they want this because they will be our new one world uncontested government that will force you to take a vaccine and have a chip, Mi Pasa or My Pass. It's all been written 10 years ago, right around the time they made that fucking movie Contagion. What more do you need to know that this is fucking fake? Yes, they're using the virus as an excuse, guys. It's as an excuse. Don't you see, it's a tool to control you, to control the masses. Let me roll this, shall I? Do you have something to think about or say as to what I'm talking about? If you want to speak to what I'm speaking on? Why is this relevant? Why is it important? Because you're locked in your fucking home. You're not able to go do anything. Most people in the United States can't even go to a fucking public park or ride a bike. I swear, guys, ask anyone I know. I felt this coming for years. There was something amiss, something very wrong about our fiat fractional reserve lending system. It wasn't working properly. It was degrading and disintegrating the middle class. Look at the media. Look at the things they say. Look how they're promoting idiocy, like that movie Idiocracy, foretelling how humans are going to act in the near future. Well, it happened a lot sooner than later. And the humans are such imbeciles, right? Such complete imbeciles. They can't, oh, it's impossible that rich people get together and make a plan. That's a conspiracy theory. The wealthiest of the world don't get together and make a plan. No, that would be a conspiracy, because the definition of a conspiracy is 2 or more people making a plan and keeping it from others. Just 2 or more people making a plan. That's what a conspiracy is defined as. We never had anything such as a conspiracy theorist, ever. We never did. That came after John F. Kennedy's head was shot twice. He was shot in the throat first, then his head was fucking shot. And his wife tried to climb out of the moving car. You saw this for yourself. If this can happen and no one goes to jail, no one gets questioned. If 9/11 can happen, no one goes to jail, no one gets questioned. What do you think is going to happen to our country as a whole? You stand back, we all stand back and watch Palestine happen. If we're all going by the same template, then just 200 years ago, guys, the Indians owned our land, and we took their land, and we did actually truly perform genocide on the native Indians, which had hailed from northern China. They were Genghis Khan's people, those types of people, Mongolians. They were tall, they were Asian, and they fucking spoke Chinese. Hao, the Indian Hao, since I was a kid. You know how you say hello in Chinese? Ni hao. It's the same Hao. Same with so much of their language. Big is Da, Hu is lake, Da Hu. Do you know what Lake Tahoe's named after? The Indian version of Big Lake, Lake Tahoe, Da Hu. That's where it comes from. So if we're going by the same template, guys, if we're all going by the same template, then we owe all our land right now at gunpoint. We need to give it back to the Native American Indians, not the Incan and Mayans in South America that rose from South America. The ones that crossed over the Bering Land Strait, right? It froze an ice bridge between Asia and the United States, Asia to Alaska. And they likely migrated over that hundreds of years, but you won't learn about this in your books because it just doesn't serve them as they want to be served. The books, I mean, look how they're purging things. I told the guy, the fake bot that's commenting on my videos, this guy, they call him Tom. There was another one, Tim. Great content. Keep it coming, man. Keep it up. Great work, champion. And I say, hey, Tom, I know you're a bot. I looked into what you are. I know you're a bot, and I know that you're owned by Google. Google, one of their first statements they put in, right? It used to say, Google, don't do evil. This is such a fuck you humans in your face. I mean, I can't believe if you guys can't get it. If you guys can't see this for the fucking absolute hoax that it is. Just like the Holo hoax. Same fucking thing. Why don't we feel bad for, I mean, everyone that was taught about the Holo hoax in school only feels bad for God's chosen people. They don't feel bad for, they don't feel bad at all for people from Poland. They don't feel bad for the Polish people. How about the gays and gypsies that suffered at the hands of the Nazis? You don't feel too bad for them, do you? No, you just feel bad for one kind of people. Why? Because they own your assholes. They own the actual meat that constitutes your asshole. Now here I am, stuck in a fucking country, riding a bike around the world, stuck in a fucking country, riding around that fucking country, don't know anybody, can't see my fucking kids, riding around in large circles like a fucking prison yard, and everyone wonders, why is he upset? Why doesn't he just party through the virus? Oh, just celebrate. Yeah, let's celebrate. Oh, it's good for you. It's good for the earth. Thank you, noble coronavirus. Thank you. Just keep enjoying your fucking solitary confinement until you're in a FEMA camp. Good luck.